Among the most frustrated of COVID stay-at-homes, travel guru Rick Steves. Conor Knighton found him eager to get back on the road.
Hi, I'm Rick Steves, back with more of the best of Europe. I'm in Rome, and this is the ancient Appian Way, Europe's first superhighway. It's Barcelona. We're in Paris.
Every summer for 4 decades, Rick Steves would head off on his annual tour through Europe.
This time, we're really on the edge.
His journeys have been well documented in several PBS shows and specials, replicated in a successful line of guidebooks. But over the course of this past year, a big trip for Steves has looked a lot more like this. A simple stroll through his hometown of Edmonds, Washington. Ever since COVID canceled his travel plans, he's mostly been staying inside, practicing piano and exploring the foreign land that is his kitchen.
I never knew how to make pasta. I never felt the joy of a knife cutting through a nice crispy onion.
By that you mean you've never cut an onion before?
I have never cut an onion before.
Come on.
Really, never.
Are there appliances you're discovering for the first time?
Yeah, an oven. I didn't know how to turn on the broiler.
Rick Steves never learned much about domestic life. He was too busy traveling abroad. After his first trip to Europe at 14, he was hooked. He returned time and again, eventually marketing his expertise via an empire of guidebooks and group tours. He now has his own line of suitcases and travel wallets, all on display in his Edmonds headquarters, which closed to the public back in March of 2020.
What have those sales been like?
Our sales are almost zero, and it's understandable. Who's going to buy a guidebook to Paris right now?
2020 was on track to be Steve's best year ever, but as soon as COVID hit, he was forced to cancel all his tours.
It's heartbreaking. And it's not heartbreaking because I'm losing all that money. I've made money every year for 30 years, and you take the good years with the bad, so I'm not making any money this year. But 20,000 people dreaming, saving, planning, trips of a lifetime, taking their kids, taking their grandma, all scuttled. It just breaks my heart.
Steves sees himself as a teacher. A trip abroad is full of valuable lessons for Americans.
To me, Europe is the wading pool for world exploration, and my profit is not how much money I make, but it's how many Americans I introduce to international travel to help them broaden their perspective.
Of course, right now, international travel is largely off limits for Americans. But Steves has stayed in teacher mode, hosting lectures he's dubbed Monday night travel parties from his living room via Zoom.
This is the scarf for the palio, and we're going to be going to Spain momentarily.
Even when things open back up, Steves doubts his groups will be the first ones back.
My idea of travel, the whole Rick Steves Europe, is the opposite of social distancing. I go to Paris to be kissed on the cheeks. I go to Rome to gather on the piazza and then do the passeggiata with all the people walking up and down the street together. I go to Ireland to step into a pub and share Guinness with somebody, and so the whole beauty of travel for me is the people. And that'll come back, but I'm going to be patient.
In the meantime, Steves has made sure to hang on to his employees.
You're still paying your staff?
I'm still paying my staff, yeah. It's the right thing to do, plus it's a smart thing to do from a business point of view, because whether it's next year or the year after that, we're going to come out of this and my staff will be intact.
Until then, Steves is happy to keep enjoying the simple pleasures of life at home.
This is my very first trip on my own.
Reminiscing about past trips while finding new ways to connect with people from a porch.
My trumpet has been in the dark for 30 years, and I pulled it out of its case, and I oiled it up, and now I stand here at sunset and I play taps. And when I'm done, all through the community, this little patter-patter of people clapping and whooping, and just for that moment, we're all reminded that we're together here.